Happy New Year and happy Harbor Freight deals. We got coupons and more coupons and some new items and some other stuff for you over at Harbor Freight. So let's jump into it. First, of course, we have to talk about the sale here. Now, I know a lot of people are like 15% off. I wouldn't even get out of bed for 15% off. Just wait till we go through the coupons and see how good 15% off really can be on some of these items. Now, remember, the 15% off is just good for today. So it's been going on for a few days now. So today's the last day. That's January 1 if you're watching this later. But for the other stuff, it's going through January 12th. So you got some time there on these other coupons. So let's go through them, see what's good, what's not. Now, the first things we're going to talk about here is we've got the air compressors here. Now, the first air compressor is actually, let's talk about the second air compressor first. So the 8 gallons, and I've said this before many times, anything under 20 gallons, that's kind of 8 to 20 gallon air compressor range. There's really not a reason for it anymore. Power tools, cordless power tools have taken off so much. They're so prevalent that if you want to run real air tools, you're going to need at the bare minimum, 20 gallons and probably more. And then if you're not going to be running air tools and you just need it for airing up tires and maybe blowing Labradogs out of the place anyway, that's the pup. He's getting excited about who knows what. But airing up tires, dusting things off, doing like maybe airbrushes, small stuff like that, you can run with a much smaller air compressor. And I really recommend going with like one of the super quiets, like I've got the Fortress 2-gallon. That thing is just a dream to use because it doesn't make you bleed from your ears like that 8-gallon will. And it's only like 20, 30 bucks more usually when it's on sale. The 21-gallon, if you really want to run some air tools, that's when you're going to need to step up to, or even something bigger. But if you're on a budget, I totally get it. Harbor Freight sent that to me years ago. It's a great air compressor. Goes up to 175 psi. At 21 gallons, oil-free. And granted, I used to be just like everyone else, like oil-free is a joke. They're going to die. They've really changed the tech when it comes to oil-free. Now, if you're using it every single day, get a bigger oiled air compressor. I get it. But if you're using it like a couple times a week, then just get the oil-free one. Less maintenance, and they really do last a good long time. All right, the Merlin Cup, anything with a Merlin name on, you're going to be safe with buying. But let's look at this. It's floor jacks, and more floor jacks. And the first one is one of my favorites. If you're not getting the Badlands jack, that's my favorite one to recommend. Yet, granted, the Super Duty comes with a 3-year warranty. That's a good one too, but it's not in the sale. But that 3-ton, long-reach, low-profile, great for lowered cars, great for big trucks. Because that long reach, it's actually, other than the Badlands, lifts higher than any other floor jacks that Harbor Freight sells. I've got a 4x4 Ram 3500, and it can lift it just fine. So at $190, it's got the rapid pump. It's got the quick lift pedal on the back of it. It comes in 4 colors. I think that's a great price on that one. The 4-ton professional, if you really need some lifting strength, you can go with that one for $170. The standard 3-ton floor with the rapid pump, that's just your basic, no frills, none of the added kind of features. It's not long reach. It doesn't have the pedal on the back. Anyway, but for $130 for a 3-ton Daytona, that's a great price. Then we've got the 2-ton aluminum, which is nice. It's lightweight. It's got the handle on the side. It's easier to pick up and everything. $150. That's especially if you live in an apartment, stuff like that, or a condo, and you don't have a garage where you can keep your tools and you got to take them up and down stairs, stuff like that. You definitely want to consider getting one of the aluminum racing jacks there. The Daytona, the wheel dolly is okay. 6-ton ratcheting jack stands for $60 in 6 different colors. That's a nice option. The funnel set for $1, that's a no-brainer. Every time I go in, if they're on sale, I'll buy one of those because I'm constantly losing funnels. They grow legs, they walk off, and having a funnel around, there's always a need for a funnel. Hose clamps, that's a good deal. We got the 2-ton professional racing series. Now, this isn't like the regular Pittsburgh ones. This is the Daytona one. It's $180. It's down from $210. That is, for you guys doing track days and stuff like that, that might be a great one to go with. The Zurich reader, for just a basic reader, for just a basic OBD2 reader. It's just going to get you your codes, figure out what's going on, clear the basic stuff. For $40, why not? Keep it in your car just for any kind of, miscellaneous uses. The Syntec Automotive, I haven't used the Jump Starter. since they upgraded to the latest Syntec ones. If you've been trying it and you like it, let me know. I'd like to hear from it. We got the aluminum hitch there for 109. The Badlands UTV winch there for 160. The Syntec battery maintainer, I'm not a big fan of that one. The I've not had good luck with it. Maybe this is the updated one because I know they update a lot across the board. But still, when it comes to trickle chargers, I'd rather go with what is that? I just lost the name of it. It's the black with the green writing on it. Someone's gonna chime in the comments if you know what I'm talking about, because clearly I don't. Hallmaster electric trailer jack. That's nice. I mean, on my big trailer, I've got an electric trailer jack, but on my utility trailers, I got the standard hand jack. But 3,500 pounds for $150. If you need to replace an electric jack, or tongue jack or whatever, that's a good one to get. Jumper cables for $16. All right. The Viking onboard battery maintainer again. Battery tender, I think is what the other brand is called that I use. Polypropylene rope there for $6. Now let's talk about generators, okay? This is the area where I'm talking that 15% is better than you think. Right here, we're looking at $50 off. Well, anytime the Harbor Freight's telling you the dollar off rather than the percentage off, it means the percentage isn't all that great. They're going to show you whichever one looks better. So at $50 off, if you look at it's normally $800, well, 10% off would be $80, right? And then another 5% off of that would be another 40, so you're looking at 120 off. So significantly more savings if instead of using this super coupon, you use that 15% off coupon. And that's across the board on these. They're solid generators. They're not the fully enclosed inverter generators. But if you need a lot of bang for the buck power, the open frame generators are the way to go. We got the inverter there, the new Jupiter Pure 3,000 watt, 6,000 pure peak there for a power inverter for $480. We got the hose. If you didn't see my video on the Bauer electric pipe threader, that thing is an absolute beast. And if you didn't notice, they've come out with the Doyle oil reclaimer. So it's like basically a tub that sits underneath it while you're doing this and catches that oil. A lot of guys were saying we're using too much oil on it, but I've talked to the people who make the tool, and they're like, no, that's exactly how you're supposed to be doing this. The more oil, the better, because remember, you're getting friction. Friction causes heat. What gets rid of the oil, and the oil carries away the chips, everything else. So you get that pump, and it catches that, and it recycles it. Anyway, it's under the Doyle brand. If you look under the new items, you'll be able to find it. The discharge hose, okay. How about this? We got a pipe wrench there down from $18 to $15. I know, nothing exciting, but let's keep going here. Wire strippers for $3, okay. The hydraulic wire crimper. The Pittsburgh tool set there for $15. It's a nice little basic tool set, just like the Quinn set next to it. It's not my favorite Quinn ratchets. I think the newer Quinn ratchets are better, but this has got for a nice whole set, 3/8. You get SAE and metric sockets with it. It's not too bad. Now, here's where we're talking about some deals. We got the Doyle wire crimpers there for $14. The Doyle stuff is fantastic. And then next to that, we've got and this has been one of those super hot items, and that's the pistol grip long reach needle nose pliers there. That is a great, if you've not tried pistol grip pliers, the ergonomics on them are just really nice, especially when you got to get in there and get that little thing out and you just grab it, and rather than hold it from the top and trying to get it, you can't really see. This lets you go right in and snag exactly what you're looking for. Next to that, we've got the breaker bar, and I'm a huge fan of that breaker bar. I got to tell you, if you're not going to carry an impact wrench in your vehicle, this breaker bar is just a no-brainer. 1/2 inch, extendable, 16% off down to 25. Now, if you don't need it right away or something, maybe hold off because there'll be a 20% off coupon or deal, sometime coming around. Especially like, what about the ones they do where it's everything was at 30% off anything under 30? That would be a great one for that. We got the dead blow hammer next to it for 24. That's a great. The Icon dead blow hammers are probably the best bang for the buck when it comes to dead blow hammers out there. $25 on that one. The Braun Slim rechargeable light there for $20. That's kind of a standard sale price, but it's a great light, and if you don't have it, you should definitely grab it. Vanguard 50 foot of 16.3, that's 16 gauge by 3 prong. Indoor. The only thing I'll say negative about it is I really like the extension cords with the lighted ends, so I know if it's plugged in when I'm having an issue with a tool, I can just glance over there and know that that's not the problem. But still, for $12 for 50 foot 16 gauge for a medium duty cord like that, that's not terrible. The nut rivet nut setter there for $40. That's a solid tool. Good, not a lot bigger than the old version. Easier to get in there with the better handles and stuff. Because trust me, it's a lot of, you got to put a lot of pressure on these things, and you want nice, big, comfortable handles for that. The 700 lumen adjustable headlamp there for $20 is decent. Let's keep it. That Luminaire work light, 1000 lumen LED for $12. Lots of uses for that. Use it in the shop. Use it, come summer, put it outdoors with it next to the basketball hoops. So you can shoot hoops late. All great stuff like that. So much better getting the LEDs than the halogens, because you don't want to have you guys probably heard the story before, but we were doing just that. We were working late and had the old halogen lights. This was years ago, and just the biggest moth you ever saw. I looked over just as he did. It lands right on the halogen on the glass, and the whole thing just shattered, exploded. It was boy, it sounded like a gunshot going off. I'm not going with halogens ever again after that. 81 millimeter, no, don't want to short here, 81 millimeter round magnet for $4. We got the security lights, okay. Circular padlock for $5. That's not a bad deal right there. The clamp light for $12, again, getting light where you need it. That's a good one there. Card replacement, the markers for $1.50. All right, now let's talk about this, because I know for like up here north in Montana, we're like, oh, spring is way far away. But for some of you in the middle of the country and down south, it's, 2 months away as you're looking at March. And getting that auger out there, Predator engine, gas auger, it's just a beast of an auger for $200. It's a great deal. The Bauer pressure washer, I love the form factor on it. That's probably what I like most about it. It's electric, it's easy to use, you don't have to worry about a gas engine, you just plug in and go. But that form factor with the card, it's got the soap dispenser up front, it just keeps everything nice and tidy. It's easy to use, easy to wheel around, doesn't tip over on its side like the regular Portland one or all the cheap ones do when you're walking around, pressure washing. For $230, I think that's a solid deal. But again, 15% off is going to get you a better coupon on that. The Bauer chainsaw for $70. Now, granted, it's tool only and it's 12% off. It's a solid tool. I wouldn't buy it at that price. All right, and honestly, I wouldn't buy any of these. The Predator, because they don't do a lot of specials on it. But again, I'd use that 15% off on it, or wait for something like that. The Bauer, I'd definitely wait for a better sale on, and the I should say the Bauer chainsaw. The Bauer chainsaw, I would definitely wait. 12% off is just, I'm wanting to get it around 20%. That's where I'm happy on that. Atlas, if you're in the Atlas brand, you're looking for any kind of sale, you definitely want to use that 15% off again. Now let's talk about the greenhouse. $400 off. That's going to beat that coupon any day. And as I said, spring's around the corner. If you do buy it, watch a bunch of videos on YouTube about it. I don't have one. I'm not the greenhouse kind of sort, but a lot of people have great videos about how to set those things up and how to do some nice upgrades to it to make it last longer. So you definitely want to do that. All right, we got the Hercules miter saw. It's one of the best miter saws, bang for the buck out there. Still is. $330 is a solid price. Now, it does go on sale for $300 all the time. So if you can wait, I would recommend waiting. But if you need it now, is $30. You got to decide, is $30 worth waiting over? We got the Bauer Polisher. That's a solid one at $80. Now, granted, it's $20 off. Again, the Bauer, man, as I was saying, that 15% off is better than you want to think it is. Microfiber cloths, 99 cents. Those things are great. Grab those. We got the Warrior heat gun there for 50% off at $10. Granted, I've said I'm a big fan of the Bauer heat gun, but a lot of you love that Warrior heat gun at $10. Can't argue with it. We got 15% off on the rotary hammer there. We got 21% off on the Hercules paddle switch grinder though. Solid grinder, corded, just a workhorse, 11 amps there. We got the hook and loop. We got the rotary tool, the Bauer rotary tool. That's 50% off. at $20. That's a solid rotary tool for that price. Considering that we do deals of the week, and I'm always looking at any kind of rotary tool that's close to $30 is a decent deal. That's $10 less than that. Jump all over that one. 18% off on the Hercules sander. That's a decent price. 50% off on the, or sorry, $50 off. Got a little excited there. $50 off on the breaker hammer. It's a solid tool. Again, I'd want a better price on it. Let's keep going. The shop crane, again, always look on Craigslist for shop cranes first, because there's always somebody who bought it, did one project with it, now they want to sell it. $40 off, that doesn't get me too excited. $15 off on the engine stand. $20, I mean, the Bauer wet dry vac, it's a great wet dry vac. Absolute great wet dry vac. $20 off. I guess it's not terrible. The compact seat there, that's 21% off. I know pros who use that seat, so there's that for you. And if these deals aren't very good and you need something to help you get through some of the deals, well, we have something that can help you cope. It's a coping saw. Okay, it's a dad joke. I had to do it. $4 on that one. We got the Central Machinery, the new upgraded 30-pound capacity benchtop abrasive blast cabinet. Cabinet. I can talk. It's a holiday. I don't have to be good today. Anyway, here's the deal with this. Back in the day, when there was the old red one, it was like the cheapest blast cabinet you could get, but it leaked like a sieve, and you had to go through with some silicone caulking. There was a bunch of videos online. I don't know if the new updated gray version of it is that much better. If you've gotten it, let me know what you think about it, because I'd love to get some feedback on it. I mean, worst case scenario, you still have to go and grab yourself a tube of sealant and touch some spots up, and maybe use it a little bit, see where you get leaks, and go into there and fix it. But you're not going to get anything else close to it at that price. Let's see, we got the U.S. General roll cab. This is the 27-inch roll cab at with $350, $50 off. Again, that 15% off coupons can get you $60 off. The Yukon mobile cart at $270. That's an okay price. It's basically 10% off on that. It's a solid work cabinet. Don't get me wrong. I have one, and I've had it for years, and I've abused it for years. I've hauled it back and forth from Montana to Vegas in the back of a trailer a few times. It spent seasons outside. It just takes a licking and just keeps on working. I mean, it's a cabinet. But the wood top, though, I'll say the wood top, I'm really surprised it's held up. The Bauer bags there, I'm a huge fan of the Bauer bags. 4-tier shelf for $25. That's all right. That Voyager bag there for 16% off. That's a decent bag. It really is. Probably want a better price on that, though. The heavy-duty backpack, 14% off. Again, a lot of these super coupons are not so super. But we got the titanium auto-darkening welding helmet there for 21% off. That's not too shabby there. Let's see here, what else? We got 25% off on the Central 4-inch vise. That's a nice basic bench vise. I mean, $30. $30 for a 4-inch bench vise. That's not terrible. Let's see what else we got here. The cross slide vise it's 14% off, and the new benchtop joiner, $20. Again, so not a lot of great prices. Some good solid deals. There's a few in there. There's some real nice ones, but a lot kind of across the board to kind of like meh. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe second half of January will be better. Now, I want to touch base on this because we've talked about before the Scratch and Dent Icon store here, okay, where you can get the Icon cabinets. Now, if you're more into U.S. General, this is why I'm going to talk about this, because we've seen the Icon cabinets before. That's nothing new. Great deals on them, 40% off on some of them. Take a look, before you buy it, make sure it's you can live with the scratch and dents that are on there. But if you come down here, U.S. General scratch and dent sale. Now, there were none listed. It says up to 25% off. Inventory changes daily, first come, first serve. Call for details. I don't know if they're going to show up on the page. I don't know if you have to call to see if they have any in stock. But it's cool to see that U.S. General is going to start showing up here, because usually they just sit in the store. They sit over in that corner with an unreasonable price on it until you negotiate with the manager and get something decent. But anyway, just a heads up, that's going to not just be Icon. It's going to be Icon and U.S. General going forward. All right, now this is another one. A lot of people have been emailing me about so much. Like, are these technicians and master sets going to be coming back? It was done as a short-term exclusive. It sold out almost instantly. Now they're showing up in the new item listing online, but it does say currently unavailable, check back soon. I've got messages in to my contacts at Harbor Freight. Most of them are still on vacation from the holidays. As soon as I know, you'll know, okay? But anyway, if you've been interested in this or didn't hear about it, here's the Icon Technician set, 251 piece, selling for $800. Nice to use that 15% off coupon on that, huh? And then the Core Master set, 382 piece. That's a heck of a set, $1,300. Now, what you do there is you get yourself one of those 15, 20% off coupons, and then you get the credit card, stack another 10% on that, pay the credit card off ASAP so you're not paying the interest on it. But that would be a heck of a deal on just a one and done setup like that. All right, then over here for new items. Now, you're like, 3-ton jacks, we've seen that, but have you seen it metallic orange? So we got all the standard colors here. We got purple, we got gray, we got black, blue, green, standard orange, yellow, and metallic orange. Now, it's interesting it came out in metallic orange because I'm like, I would think the metallic cherry would come out first, the red, and the purple here is is it metallic purple or regular purple? Oh, it's metallic purple. All right, and the green here is just the standard green because that metallic green is really nice too. Anyway, so there you go. We got them in the metallic orange there, so that's interesting to see. Let's see what else we got that's new here. The Yukon zipper pouch. Apparently that's a thing now for $3. We got, let me get rid of this pop-up here. We got the McGraw air ratchet there for $25 if you're still doing, I was talking about the air tools and stuff before. All right, anyway, that's the new deals. I got to tell you, I was a little disappointed. But, a lot of people downplaying that 15% off coupon. I think it's better than you think. But you know what? We got Spring Black Friday is going to be probably end of March, beginning of April. It's up to you to decide whether you want to wait on that kind of stuff because that's when the next round of big savings is going to be. Anyway, let me know what you thought your favorite or the best deal was down below. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.